97.1, the ticket techs are coming in, and they run the gamut. Here we go. This is a good old bit. They just beat Costa Rica 4-0. They were ranked 20th in the world.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
20th in the world. You may as well be 100th, bro. Costa Rica? Go ahead. Name a Costa Rican player. I'll wait. Just stop.
Well,
the whole point is Americans want to root for a winner globally. We don't have that. We've never had that. We will never have that. And I do believe that helps to stifle soccer's growth in this country. That is the point.
But, you know, the other thing, when you're in a tournament, your goal, in most tournaments, is being the final 16, right? They're still ranked outside the top 16. That's not the Sweet 16. Or the final 8 teams, or however they do in some of these tournaments.
Then you get this equally silly text: to enjoy soccer is unpatriotic. You should be offended if it's on TV. God, I hope that's not serious.
No, it is serious. You still have those people around.
More people offended that I actually enjoyed the first season of Vinyl on HBO. All right, guys, I'm sorry. Do you want me to apologize? Do you want me to apologize for enjoying a TV show? I am sorry. Metro Detroit, I want to tell you, I am so sorry. I enjoyed a TV show on my time. And I was sad to see it go. I am sorry.
All right, let me confess. I never saw Vinyl.
It's okay. It's an HBO show. Who watches any of them?
I know, but what's so bad about it?
People are angry at me. They're like,
why?
Figures, I can't say that word. Figures a bleep like him would like. And I'm like, it was entertaining. I'm sorry. It was 45 minutes of mindless television. And then a couple people saying Terrence Howard's the worst actor ever born. All right. Glad we got those out of the way. We talked about this during the break, and I wanted to bring this up. I heard Bomani Jones talk about this, and I think it's a fantastic point. Bomani Jones works for ESPN. I don't know. He's on the show that's on, God, right when this show starts with Le Batard, my doppelganger, and
that's
his
your
father.
guy.
Highly questionable.
Highly questionable.
Yes.
That describes most of ESPN's programming. But Bomani Jones is very intelligent. So he talked about Ben Simmons, the presumed number 1 pick in the draft last night. Tomorrow night, excuse me. And it's hilarious because there's so much truth in this. But yet nobody ever asks the question, why? Like, think about the idea of a draft. Are we drafted into our jobs? No, you make a choice to take the job.
You're a free agent.
You're a free agent. So we all pick and choose where we want to go, but these players essentially give up all their rights. And they have to go where they go. Now, a couple of times in history, we've seen some guys negotiate their way out. Eli Manning, John Elway, most famously. But look at the case of Ben Simmons for a minute. You can go one of two places. And just work under the illusion for a second that Ben Simmons is a free thinker, which he clearly isn't. You can go to the basketball vortex of Philadelphia, a miserable city filled with miserable people, with miserable weather, and a miserable title drought. A city that has chased away every star it's ever been given and either traded them away, forced them away, booed them, threw snowballs at them, whatever, right? It's currently the worst place to play basketball in the league. Or there's choice B, the team picking second, the Los Angeles Lakers. Iconic. The equivalent of an original 6 franchise in the NHL. Los Angeles, great market, great life, great weather, marketing opportunities galore, etc. Right? Ask yourself this question. Why wouldn't Ben Simmons force his way to LA? Think about it. We're never forced to go to our jobs. You take the job that's the best opportunity for you, and when that job's not good enough, you leave. If you're Ben Simmons and you know you're going number 1, why wouldn't you just publicly say, I will not play for the Philadelphia 76ers? I will not interview with them. I will not work out for them. I will not talk to them. And if they draft me, I will not play for them. And just flat out say, I want to play for the Lakers. The whole idea of a draft is FUBAR. The whole thing. All basketball players ever are independent contractors. They are their own industry. LeBron James, Inc., Dwayne Wade, LLC. Now, they align themselves with teams, but it's all based on who they are and what they bring to the table. I thought it was a fascinating discussion. And when you look at the way it's done overseas in other sports, players are, quote, drafted or recruited at 13, 14, 15 years old. Players also, if you look at the European model with soccer, and I know here, make fun of it, denigrate the sport, the whole bit, get it out of the way. But the point is, players force teams' hands way more. I want to leave. Team B is willing to pay for me to leave. You're going to let me leave. So I bring up Ben Simmons to Terry because it's the perfect example. He is the presumed number one pick in the draft. Why on earth would you allow yourself to be thrown into a flaming garbage can known as the 76ers when very easily you could force your way to the Lakers, live a better life, probably have a better career, and at minimal cost? Why do athletes give up their control? 248-539-9797. Terry, go ahead, man.
First of all, it's not that easy. And here's the thing that athletes fear. They fear backlash. And anytime an athlete thinks independently of, this is what I want to do, rather than this is what the team wants you to do, this is what is right for the game, they face severe backlash. I think a kid like Simmons, and I've heard him talk, he just seems like pretty pedestrian and whatever everybody says, let me go. I'll do that. I think that's a very, very tough thing for, he's 18 or 19-year-old to do. So that's one. The other thing is let's go back to the sports is not real. All he's thinking about is I want to get paid and I want to play in the NBA. Mike, you're thinking deeper, and Behind Jones is thinking deeper and bigger. We don't have the deep thinkers in sports like we used to be, because there used to be a fight, there used to be a struggle, and now that is gone. When a guy goes to the NBA, he's only thinking about one thing: the Benjamins. You know what? He doesn't care who's going to pay him. Yeah, Peyton Manning did it, and Eli Manning did it, and everything, but it's not that many that do it, because they don't want to sacrifice 2 weeks or even a month of payment. That money drives you there. It grabs you right by the nose and says, you're going to get paid. Your life is going to change. I don't think they want to deal with the harassment.
See, I never got on LeBron for leaving Cleveland. I thought it was the right thing to do. It was how he chose to do it. That was my only point of critique. The decision itself was fine. If I were him, I would have ended up in Chicago. We did those shows. I would have gone there, chased Jordan's legacy, played at that time with the league MVP and Derrick Rose, and I would have gone to Chicago. But I understood going to Miami, and I had no problem with it. It was how he did it. It was obnoxious.
I think a lot of people feel the same.
I think in many regards, LeBron should be applauded for being a free thinker, choosing his own destiny, how he wants to do it.
But even he got dogged.
Well, he got dogged because people are dopey. And, oh, by the way, he did it in the worst way possible. Again, you know
Correct.
what? Often I would compare this to? A wise old black man once told me,
oh boy,
Michael, it's not what you say, friend. It's how you say it.
That is true.
So it's the same thing with LeBron. It's not that you left. It's how you left.
But I also think people resentful that he was able to hook up with players rather than the organization hooking him up with the players.
Here's what they're resentful of. There's always this undercurrent in this country. They're resentful of a young black man with money not needing to listen to anyone. They're resentful of him having all the power. Nobody resented Eli Manning, right? Oh, he was just that lovable white dude from Mississippi. Oh, he just doesn't want to play for the Chargers. He wants to be a Giant.
Yeah.
Oh, I think there's absolutely an undercurrent in this country that.
Superchargers.
248-539-9797. If you want to join us, water's warm. 97.1.
All right, folks, do you ever get tired of fumbling through menus